From Nashville, Tennessee, it's Country Music Time, brought to you by your local Air Force recruiter and this radio station. Now here's the star of this week's show, Jan Howard.
You say I need a rest, why don't I go and see my sister way out west? That's very thoughtful of you, dear, and I'm really touched with all this tenderness. But us women are suspicious things, and we know that men aren't born with wings. What's making you so kind? Now I'm not smart, but I'm not blind, and I think that you've got evil on your mind. You think that you've been good about as long as most red-blooded heathen could. We've been together for so long, I know another pasture's looking good. But don't think that other men don't look at me that certain way from time to time. Don't think that you're the only one that must contend with evil on your mind. Your mind is in a harem and surrounded by exotic dancing girls. You're hearing pretty music as they run their slender fingers through your curls. Ah, dream on, baby. I thank you for the flowers and the candy, honey, that was very kind. For that's your way of telling me you're sorry for the evil on your mind.
Welcome to Country Music Time.
Thank you, Chuck. Well, I'm always glad to be here, especially for the United States Air Force.
Well, we haven't had you on the show now for a long, long time.
Too long.
Yeah, every time we call over there, they say, "Oh, she's on the road, she's recording, you must have been
they
really
fib
busy."
a lot. They fib a lot.
They do what they get paid for, right?
You just call me. We'll take care of that.
I guess it's a little unusual, your career, because you're probably one of the very few people in country business or in the music industry that never entered a talent contest, and much less won. You didn't even enter one, and you never sang.
I wouldn't enter one today. I'd probably lose.
You never sang in school. You never sang
No.
in church. You never did any of that stuff.
No, I wouldn't sing in front of anyone.
Yeah, and then you got, I guess you got a break when with a Harlan Howard song, did you not?
Well, yes, I actually got into this business by accident. Harlan and I were married at that time in California, and he heard me singing by accident one day. He had never heard me sing, and he asked me to do a demo, and eventually a producer heard one of the demos and asked me to record, so I was very lucky because I wouldn't have done it on my own.
The next time that you sang after that, I guess, was in a recording studio, and you were already working, were you not?
I was a secretary in L.A. and I had a top 10 record.
I understand that you're involved with the Vietnam veterans now. How did that come about, Jan?
Well, I'm very interested in, and it's very close to my heart, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. And I don't guess it's any secret my oldest son was killed in Vietnam. And I just think it's time that the Vietnam veterans receive their just recognition and the honor and tribute that they deserve. And anything I can do toward this end, I will do.
And you are an honorary Air Force recruiter.
I sure am.
Well,
I'm honorary a lot of things. One day I'm going to find something that I'm really for sure.
Well, we'll take you in the Air Force. Just come on in. Since you're an honorary Air Force recruiter, we'll probably let you do the commercial coming up here in a minute or two.
Oh, yeah. Well, I really am from a military family. I had 5 brothers and 2 brother-in-laws in World War II. And I was just a child. I really was. I was about 12. But anyway, the service, all branches of the service are very close to me.
Jan, we'll talk just a little more, but what do you say we get another song while we still have time?
Okay. Yeah, this is in my new album.
The ads in the paper, the signs in the yard, this house ain't a home anymore. Gone are the lovers who live there in love. It's empty with memories of all that love was. 3 bedrooms, 2 stories, but they won't reveal the 2 separate feelings 2 people conceal. We gave it all up and we sold everything down to our very last dream. But there's still memories for sale. I've got no use for them. Memories for sale. Oh, they're priceless to me, but they won't set me free. These memories for sale. The Mr. and Mrs. are single again, no longer lovers, not even friends. We outgrew each other and outlived our love. I'm empty with memories of all that love was. I've got memories for sale. I've got no use for them. Memories for sale. Oh, they're priceless to me, but they won't set me free. These memories for sale. Ooh, memories for sale.
The Air Force is a good place to start if you're unsure of your future. You can receive some of the finest technical training in the world. Training in more than 100 challenging skills is available. And while you're being trained, you'll receive an excellent starting salary, housing, and meals. And that's just for openers. The Air Force Great Way of Life offers you many other benefits and advantages. There's medical and dental care, 30 days of vacation with pay each year, advanced education opportunities, enlistment options such as early promotions and guaranteed training. And can you think of a better way to serve your country while you're serving yourself? Call your nearest Air Force representative today. Discover why an exciting and rewarding future is waiting for you in the Air Force.
Well, you don't mess around with the boys in the band. You do nothing more than to hold their hand. The best thing to be is to be their buddy. Anything more and the water gets muddy. And you never give your heart to the leader of the band, even if you know he's the only man who can turn you overnight from a lady to a swinger. That is the life of a country girl singer. Well, you learn to play poker and a little bit of gin. You get proposition, but you never give in. You might tell jokes just a little off color, but never get close to their wives and mothers. And you tote your own luggage You buy a round of drinks and never complain if the motel stinks. You go to a party but you're not allowed to linger, and that is the life of a country girl singer. People ask you how you get a foot in the door. Tell them all you know and they want to know more. You never had a life completely your own. You might own a mansion but you're never at home. Well, you try to dress so your fans will approve, though deep inside you know it's not really you. It's hard to start a decent family life, 'cause every man you meet already has a wife. But I wouldn't trade it for Rockefeller's name, unless, of course, he offered the same. Maybe someday there'll be a ring on my finger, but till then it's the life of a country girl singer. People ask you how you get a foot in the door. Tell them all you know and they want to know more. You never have a life completely your own. You might own a mansion but you're never at home. Well, but I wouldn't trade it for Rockefeller's name, unless, of course, he offered the same. Maybe someday there'll be a ring on my finger, but till then it's the life of a country girl singer. Well, you've asked me all these years about all this advice I can give you. But one thing I can tell you, honey, forget about a love life, 'cause you're not in one place long enough to get acquainted. And I'll tell you, those 1,000-mile jumps between dates with a midnight show and a matinee the next day, I'll tell you, it's a lot easier on these big buses. They're crowded, but they're comfortable, a lot better than those cars and U-Haul trailers. Of course, if you can go to work with a guy that has a Learjet, it's a lot easier, a lot better. Don't ever live upstairs either, man. That luggage gets heavy. And I can't think of a whole lot more to tell you at this point. You'll learn it if you get in the business. Just practice a lot.
That's a neat song. You wrote that, didn't you?
I wrote it for fun.
I was just going to ask you, was that based on experiences now?
Oh, yes. Of course. Every word of it.
About the only question I can ask after hearing that song is, why do you keep on?
I love it.
Jen, what do you do when you're not working? I know that's not very much of the time, but what do you fill your time with?
Oh, gosh. I do a lot of charity things that I enjoy doing a lot. I recently bowled in a pro celebrity tournament. Do you believe that? They asked me what my average was, and I said twice in 15 years. It was pretty bad. But I just do a lot of things. I'm never still for a moment.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad you got still long enough to come in and do a show with us finally. And I want to invite you back at the earliest time that you can make it, because I've really enjoyed having you on Country Music Time.
Well, thank you so much. It's always nice to be here, and don't pay any attention to those people that say that I'm too busy, because I'm not. I'll never be.
Okay, thank you. Country Music Time was recorded live in Nashville, Tennessee, and was brought to you by your local Air Force recruiter and this radio station. Technical direction by Pete Franquet. Engineering by Bill Vorndick. This is Air Force Sergeant Chuck Hawsey saying thanks again to Jan Howard, and reminding you to contact your local Air Force recruiter to get more details about the Air Force experience. It could be your ticket to a great way of life.